Yeah, but you're also in the shot. Good evening and welcome, everybody, to tonight's broadcast. Football season has officially returned, and we are about ready to get set for the first matchup of the 2018 football season between the Chaminade Red Devils and the Belleville East Lancers. First off, I want to establish one thing. No, I am not 7 feet tall. It's just we're sitting on various...
It's just that I'm 3'3".
Yeah, basically.
And he's normal height.
But we're just sitting on very different chairs. That's why I look like I'm a foot taller than Benny right now. But I've got to introduce myself. My name is Jack Stinson. I'm joined by Benny Kardash, and we will together be bringing you tonight's varsity football action. Both teams have taken the field now, but I'm still waiting for Belleville East to come back out to the field. But it's an interesting matchup tonight because we don't really know much about Belleville East really at all. They've lost about all of their starters. They've lost all their top receivers, their top running back, and all of their linemen except for their center. So it's going to be interesting to see how these new players do in the new spots. But one of their things will be their quarterback, Keenan Waller, who will be taking over. It'll be his third season as a starter. And
good evening and welcome to Don Luck's Field.
Benny, you want to take over? What can we expect actually from just Belleville East in this game?
I think overall it's going to be a pretty good matchup for the Red Devils to kick off the year. I don't think it's going to be too difficult of a matchup, to be honest with you, but I think that we should expect a win out of the Red Devils tonight.
Oh, we're actually going to, pardon this interruption, take a quick break. It's time for the national anthem, so we'll take a quick break for that.
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Gracious and loving God, we come to you today with great thanks and praise. In a special way, we give thanks for the gifts and the talents of the young men gathered today. We ask your blessing upon them and pray that you protect them and keep them free from injury. Please inspire the players, coaches, and those gathered to support Chaminade and Belleville East to be people of great sportsmanship and respect, knowing that we do all things to give you glory. We pray for the intercession of Mary in our lives and ask that you allow us to continue her mission of bringing Christ to the world. May the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit be glorified in all places through the Immaculate Virgin Mary. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, we're about ready to get underway with the game. Prayer and the national anthem have been concluded. Both teams about ready to go out for the initial coin toss. However, Belleville East still is just now heading to the field, so I want to fix that.
Johannes Flagger. Number 5, Xavier Medina. Number 11, Raekwon Ramsey. Number 12, Armin Sanders. Number 15, Bryson Ivy. Number 25, Sebastian Ivory Greer. Number 40, Hayden Howard. number 42, Jalen Johnson. Number 45, Jackson Dengler.
All right.
Number 46, PJ Hamlin. Number 65, Robert Williams. The Lancers are coached by Mr. Chris Stevens. And now for your Chaminade Red Devils. At running back, number 1, Amar Johnson. At running back, number 3, LJ Fortune. At wide receiver, number 8, John Kuntz. At wide receiver, number 9, Keyshawn Campbell. Starting at quarterback, number 12, Brady Cook. At wide receiver, number 20, Douglas Agnew. On the offensive line, number 55, Trey Hackala. Offensive lineman, number 60, Riku Kasuga. Offensive lineman, number 66, Ashton Rustmeyer. Offensive lineman, number 75, Max Powers. And offensive lineman, number 78, Julian McBride. The Red Devils are coached by Mr. Antoine Torrey. Tonight's officials: head referee David Weber, umpire Ivan Brown, linesman Kevin Wilkins, line judge Kyle Sackett, and back judge Marvin Johnson.
All right, and now that starting lineups are officially went through, we're going through the initial coin toss.
One of the captains, Riku Kasuga, a great friend of mine. He's actually a dorm student from Japan. He's a senior in our class. Great kid.
Yeah, and even then, speaking to less about how he is off the field, more on, Coach Torrey, who I sat down for an interview with earlier this week. You can see that interview at halftime. But he was talking in that interview particularly about how he is expecting Riku to kind of step up and be one of the main leaders on that team, especially on the offensive line. And obviously, as a captain, it's kind of his job.
We know he did perform very well in the rugby season last year when we went to the state championship. So hopefully that kind of translates over this season.
And in our rugby team's first year, I believe.
Yeah. First year in the league.
Yeah, first year, pretty much in existence.
Yeah. You excited for the weekend?
Well, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I'm just as excited as any other weekend, I guess.
Okay. All right.
It appears that Chaminade will be receiving first on this initial drive of the game and of the season.
Jack, you do look like someone out of Top Gun. I will say it right now.
Thank you.
You look like you could be an aviator in the 20th century. Properly.
You can't see it, but I have a pair of sunglasses on because the angle we're at, the sun is shining directly in my face. So.
And you got the blue and gold, like, striped polo shirt on. You're getting a real dogfight in the sky right now. It's a great song.
So Belleville East will be kicking off first. Kicking off for the Lancers is number 90, Alex Maxon. All the way back to receive it for the Red Devils is number 1, Amar Johnson, number 3, LJ Fortune.
let's do, as the boys in the South say, let's get her done.
And we're off. New football season has officially begun. Johnson makes the initial catch, runs it through some traffic, and is down at the 30-yard line. Not a bad drive to start off by any means.
It was
The
pretty good.
kickoff
Got some solid yards.
is returned
Decent
by
field
number
possession
1,
to start off.
Johnson. First down, Chaminade.
And officially taking the field for the first time as a junior,
From the 30-yard
quarterback
line.
Brady Cook, who Coach Torrey also was very happy about and gave some glowing reviews, I guess, about him in that interview.
Yeah, recently received an offer from Mizzou.
And one of the things also that he mentioned was just how much he's been in the weight room working and just trying to get better throughout all the season. Coach said he put on over 10 pounds worth of muscle this offseason.
Good for him. See how that pays off.
Well, that's not a good start off the season. Cook's initial pass is intercepted, taking it into the end zone, and he is down just inside the 15-yard line. Not exactly the way you want to start off the season, but
no, it is not, but I'm still hopeful.
By number 20, Hamilton.
yeah,
Just a rough little start.
By number 1,
it's just something
Johnson.
they can fix it. Just gotta get a nice, good defensive stop here
First and
first.
goal
Yeah.
for the Lancers from the 8-yard line.
And so Keenan Waller will be on the field for the first time in this game. And he isn't necessarily a great passing quarterback per se, but where he really hurts other defenses is with his rushing game. He tends to scramble quite a bit if he gets pressure on him, but when he does, he has a pretty good tendency to make the other team pay.
Why scramble so much when you can just make
Result of the penalty is
your rushing
first down
over
and
easy?
5 from the 8-yard
Get it?
line.
Oh, I get it.
Like
I
an
get
egg
it.
joke. It's an egg joke.
I get the pun.
Not too many egg jokes nowadays. You don't get many of egg jokes.
No, you do not.
No, you don't. And a football joke as well.
Well, there you go. Waller hands it off, and he's number 22, Jeremy Schooler, gets brought down right there. Gain of not much, I believe only about 1 yard on that play. Second and 4 right here. Waller hands it off again. Actually goes with a fake, but gets brought down just on the 2-yard line. And so that'll be a first and goal. Seems to be some confusion on the field, but everybody's lining up once again. Snap. Waller running, but is brought down at about the 5-yard line now for a loss of a couple yards. He'll actually be marked down at the 6-yard line.
Looks as if Kasugo's on the front of that
tackle made by
that tackle.
58.
Yeah, that was a really good job by the defense.
Second down.
Anytime you can get a tackle for loss is always something to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
And a whistle on the play. Let's see what the call is.
Looks like it's in favor of Chaminade.
Yep. What do they call the false start?
Penalty. False start against the Lancers. 5-yard penalty. It remains second and goal.
Well, good way to get out of a somewhat tough situation. Move it back 5 yards. Second and goal now, ball on the 11. Waller throws it for the first time this game, but it is dropped. Pass was intended for number 8, Elijah Nelson. But obviously, it slips right through his hands, right through the end zone, right as he was in the end zone.
To number 8,
Nelson. Defense once again by the Chaminade Red Devils.
Depending on the play, number 8.
And as long as their defense can remain somewhat strong, they should have a fairly good shot of winning this. Just assuming that the offense is able to score at least a little bit. But obviously we don't know because offense has only had one possession so far. Waller throws it again. This one's caught and is run in for a touchdown. That one received by number 26, Jaden Harris Hemphill. And so now that makes the score 6-0 in favor of the Lancers.
It is complete to number 16, Stacker. 6 points for the Lancers.
And so Maxim comes back on for the extra point, and it's good. So make that score 7-0 now.
And the point after kick is good.
So not the possession you wanted first off to start the season, but something you just got to live with, adapt to. Just try and get the points back on this next possession.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We'll be able to turn it around.
I'm especially curious to see how the running game goes this year.
Yeah.
Or at least in this first possession, because obviously we haven't had a chance to see the running game. We've only saw one pass, but
off to a bit of a rough start, but I think that we will be able to turn it around. We just need to.
Just got to see what kind of a rhythm the offense is in this game.
Yeah, right, exactly, because we haven't really gotten a chance to see it, being that we threw a
interception on the first play.
First throw, but that's just bad luck, really.
Yeah. It's still, I guess, in the feeling out stages in terms of the offense, because you don't know anything about how well the running game's going to be, or much else for that matter. And the second kick of the game from the Lancers. This one, again, also caught by Mar Johnson, and he runs it through, gets through the defense, and is brought down at the 43-yard line.
Good run.
Definitely
good run.
Very
by Johnson,
nice return.
All the way to the 40. Well done.
The kickoff by Maxim, returned by
able to hold on to the two
Johnson.
defensemen that were on him for at least a couple of yards there.
Yeah, broke through that.
Quite impressive, yeah.
Broke through a couple Belleville East defenders.
First and 10.
Able to get an extra 10 yards after, I believe.
43-yard line.
And it was good coverage by our own offense.
Yeah,
on that one.
Making sure the other players couldn't get him. Just creating a really good path.
Exactly.
He did his job. And so Cook and the rest of the offense take the field for the second time this game. And hand off, but to no avail, really, as he is brought down at the line of scrimmage. That one also a carry from Johnson.
Amar Johnson, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 42, Johnson. Second down to 10.
And the running back game is going to be kind of an interesting position this year, I think, because we do have a couple guys. We do have Johnson, who's taken all of the runs so far. Cook makes a long pass and another interception. Not a good start for Cook so far at all.
Pass from Cook is intercepted by number 15, Ivy. First down, Lancers.
Pass for the Lancers was intercepted by number 15, Bryson Ivy. Well, this is an interesting position.
Very.
Not something I expected. Considering
Me neither, honestly.
Well, I mean, considering the outcomes of the past 2 games we played against Belleville East, where we won by 25 plus each time.
Well, it's not always the quarterback's fault. It's also the coverage on. We were talking about the offensive line coverage on the kick to us on the kickoff there, but their coverage when we're trying to throw is shaping up to be pretty good. I mean, 2 interceptions in a row.
4, Foster.
Yeah.
Tackle made by number 10.
Belleville East defense
no
has
gain on the
been
play.
pretty great so far.
Yeah.
Second down and
Obviously,
10.
considering that it's been 2 possessions, 2 interceptions. So.
Right. But
Just gotta
see. We should try to run the ball and see how that goes because we've seen our running backs do some, especially Johnson. We've seen him do some work
and the Atlantic carry is brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Ball will be set back down at the Belleville East 39-yard line.
Hakala. Second down and 10.
Second and 10, or third and 10 from the spot right here. Waller trying to get the Chaminade defense to jump off sides with the double count, but Waller makes a long throw this time.
Oh, a nice pass.
Pass was intended to number 88, Kevon Gaines. Just slips right out of his hands.
That was beautiful, though.
It looked like he had
Waller,
it.
Yeah.
Intended to number 88, Gaines. Brings up a 4th down for the Lancers.
It just slipped right out of his hands.
Yeah.
If he was able to hold on to that, he was gone. There was no stopping him on that play. Unless like we had Usain Bolt trying to get him to slow down. There was no one catching him.
It's not Halloween. Those aren't Butterfingers. Or maybe they are.
And the punt. Lands down just before the 35-yard line. And it's picked up by number 11, Jamison Terry. And he gets chased out of bounds just before the 40.
The punt by Maxim is returned by number 11, Terry. He is shoved out of bounds by number 5, Medina. 1st and 10, Chaminade.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Chaminade from the 38-yard line. 7:12 to go here in the first quarter of play in this first game. Chaminade still down 7-0. Cook and the rest of the Chaminade offense trying to get some redemption, obviously. We'd look to see them go with a run play right here. Or they'll elect the pass. Throw a long ball. Intended for Keyshawn Campbell. Gets a beautiful long distance catch.
Good.
Absolute cannon of a throw from Cook right there.
That's how you make up. That's how you make up for those passes.
That'll be the momentum booster they need
pass
right
from
there.
Cook is complete to number 9, Campbell.
Because if you can get plays like that,
A 45-yard play.
it's almost like those first 2 interceptions just
First
didn't
down,
count almost
Chaminade.
at all.
From Belleville East, 19-yard line.
That was a beautiful play, though, gaining all the way to the 19.
Cook really does execute. He shines a lot on those long moonshot passes. That's where he executes those
The
very
ball
well.
carrier number 3.
Yeah, that's definitely one of his
He is tripped
biggest
up
strengths,
by
obviously.
number 46.
kind of similar to
Hamilton.
the previous starting quarterback before Cook, Michael
Second down and
McGovern,
10.
who now is playing Brown. But yeah, that's one of his biggest strengths, obviously, is just how accurate he is from that distance, which is obviously something that's very hard to do. Cook makes a short throw intended for Fortune, but it is off the mark. And so pass will be incomplete.
Intended to number 3,
3rd and 10
Fortune.
from the Chaminade 19, or
Brings
from
up
the
a third
Belleville East
down.
19.
Uh-oh. What is going on now?
There's a whistle, but I'm trying to figure out what it's for. They just can't quite tell what's going on. Just rehuddling, I guess. Cook's pass, long one, deep, and just off the hands of John Kuntz. It was close, just a little too much on it. But
pass from
the accuracy
Cook
with that was
number 8, John Kuntz.
Pretty impressive, though. It was right, almost on target.
Down
a little
for
too
the Red
much.
Devils.
Very close. Just slipped out of the hands of my man Kunzinator.
And timeout is called as Cook's kind of double count does not succeed. So Chaminade will call another timeout just to regroup and resettle. So it's been an interesting first few minutes for our starting quarterback, Brady Cook.
It has. From 2 interceptions to 1 magnificent pass.
Hopefully just looking to capitalize now.
Right.
Now they're getting into the final 20 yards. Belleville is retaking the field, but Chaminade's still regrouping. I spoke too soon. Just through the huddle now. Fourth and 10 from the Belleville East 19. It looks like they're going to go for it. Deep in the pocket, makes a throw. And right through the hands of LJ Fortune.
Super close.
The pass from Cook intended to number 3, Fortune.
Will be turnover on downs.
They got to make the triangle with the 2 hands. Like
Belleville East ball.
I get you.
From their own 19-yard line.
I'll tell LJ to do that while he's flying through midair. .606 to go here in this first frame. Ref blows the whistle. Not quite sure why. He's talking now with Belleville East head coach Chris Stevens. Two seem to be arguing about something.
Does their coach have a headset?
Yeah. Well, Coach Story does as well.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, all of the main coaches, I guess, have headsets.
Interesting.
The snap. Waller hands it off now. Or actually fakes it, but incomplete pass.
Lateral.
That lateral pass intended for number 8, Elijah Nelson.
The pass from the quarterback, Waller, intended to number 8, Nelson.
Second and 10 from the Belleville East 19. Waller deep in the pocket and pass to Harris Hemphill and gets chased out of bounds. Short of the first down, though, and so it will be 2nd and 3 from
the pass from the quarterback, Waller, intended to number 26.
We got 3rd and 3, actually.
Oh, 3rd and 3.
Harris Temple. 3rd down and 3.
This will be a crucial play so far for this possession right here. Waller hands it off, and 22 breaks loose. He's open field, and he seems to be free. And that's it. The 22, Jeremy Schooler brings it all the way in for
touchdown.
Almost 8 for a 70-plus yard touchdown. And
the ball carrier number 22.
Yeah, not the way you want to start off this game.
Just slipped through our defense.
A 73-yard run. 6 points.
Just
for
sipped through the cracks of our defense. And ran the ball all the way to the touchdown zone.
And Maxim comes back out to kick the extra point. And it's good.
And the point after kick is good. The kick by Maxim.
That would make it 14-0, Belleville East.
And one thing already that kind of jumps out at you, Belleville East has now scored more points in the first quarter than they did in either of their last 2 meetings.
Really?
They scored 13. We won 40-13 last year against this team, and then beat them 49-7 the year before. So it'll be an interesting. We're in a bit of an interesting predicament.
We are.
Let's see if the offense can get some of the momentum that Belleville East has all of at the moment.
We had it for a second. We were very close. Still hopeful. Definitely not too far behind at all.
Maxim kicks it off once again, and it lands once again in the hands of Amar Johnson. And Johnson gets brought down at the 25.
The kickoff by number 90, Maxim, is returned by number 1, Johnson. Tackle was made by
let's see if we can get Brady to throw another Hail Mary pass.
1st and 10, Chaminade.
They just happened to, get into the end zone this time, actually. Chaminade lining up with 2 receivers to Cook's right. But hands it off. LJ Fortune breaks free. He finds some space, and he finally gets brought down just inside the 40-yard line.
Very good play by the Chaminade offense.
The ball carrier number 3.
I myself was actually a little confused. I was a little frazzled. We were just looking at it.
Down by number 1, Flagger.
Definitely a good play there.
40-yard run. 1st and 10.
Great stuff by Coach Antoine Torrey. Great coaching there, Coach.
I believe it's his job.
Well, he's also a weight training coach, all right?
Well, that too, but
I guess he has 2 coaches in one.
And the snap to Cook, hand off to Fortune, but he gets brought down for no gain on the play. And actually, a loss of a yard on the play. And so it'll be 2nd and 11.
He is stopped by number 65,
39-yard line.
A 1-yard loss, 2nd down and 11.
You could look to see Chaminade probably try and run it again, just at least get out of the, or at least make it to where they are under 10 yards.
Right.
Just gain at least a couple yards. And that's exactly what happens as Fortune actually breaks through, gains quite a few yards, actually.
Good run by Fortune there.
Falls down at the 32-yard line.
Fortune on the carry.
I think he's really going to shine this season.
He makes his way for a 6-yard gain.
Yeah.
He
Third down,
showed plenty of
4.
great flashes last season as well. Him and Cook both. And now I think with that added experience that they have, being a year older, added experience, added strength, added all that, it'll definitely be interesting to see if they do, in fact, take that next step. As they hand it off to Fortune again, who breaks free for the first down and falls down at the 22-yard line. Take that.
The ball carrier.
Fortune's being very consistent in his successful runnings.
First down,
so far. If I'm Coach Torrey, I just keep giving the ball back to LJ and just have everybody else get out of the way. Or everybody else try and get everybody else out of the way. Because that's how football works.
Quick shout out to Carl Schmidtkins.
Is he watching tonight?
He is watching tonight. Last year's Estovere Award winner and a dear friend. And an MLC leader as well, Carl Schmidtkins. Shout out to you.
The ball carrier,
I wish I could come and hug you right now, all the way from St. Louis to Rockhurst. One long-armed hug like in Space Jam where Michael Jordan dunks it.
Second down and 9.
You're going to need a longer arm than that one.
A little longer arm, a little bit of a longer arm. At least 2 more halves of a basketball court, at least.
At least. Cook makes a pass. Oh, the pass intended for Ray, but
just
it is no good.
out.
Falls right through his hands. And that's kind of been the issue so far. The receivers generally, I don't think, have been as on top of it as you'd expect. But still, Cook's passes are pretty accurate. It's just a matter of whether or not they actually get caught.
Shout out to Joe Reed as well, varsity soccer captain, varsity soccer player, and esteemed friend and scholar.
Cook's pass. Ooh. Gets tipped up and then intercepted. That's just bad luck right there. There's nothing you can do about that.
Once again, an intercept. The third intercept against Chaminade in the game.
Yeah, and that one, somewhat unlike the other two. I think towards the beginning, Cook was kind of just rushing the play, just needed to slow things down a little bit. But I think he's done a better job of that on his last few possessions. That one there, you just couldn't stop. That was just a tip that was lucky enough just to be caught. But I don't know. I think the key for Brady is just to not worry about that interception right there. There's nothing he could have done.
Yeah, that's...
As long as he just doesn't let him bother him that much. He doesn't let him affect his play. Oh, a fumble in the end zone. And trying to tackle. They're finally get him in the end zone. Jeremy Schooler gets tackled in the Belleville East end zone, and so they'll get the safety. Chaminade finally gets on the board.
2 points for safety.
The result is a safety.
Wear your seatbelt, kids.
2 points.
Strap in.
But Chaminade finally gets on the board after a very rough first quarter so far, with only 2:50 to go.
Also, no tampering with smoke alarms on an airplane, especially in the bathroom.
It's an oddly specific thing.
That's true. It's a little safety tip for you guys.
I'm sure it is a safety thing.
It is.
Oddly specific for a football.
Okay, so I guess you just don't listen to the stewardess before the flight. Let's go. All right.
I mean, well,
not really. Betrayed. I feel heard.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's very rare to see a safety in a high school football game. At least I have. I've rarely seen a safety.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing many either. They're just somewhat rare to come by in high school football.
Well, they're rare to come by in football in general as well.
But like even more so on high school level.
Yeah.
And the Red Army is finally trying to get fired up for this game after they now have something to cheer for after finally getting on the board.
They've been doing some cheers.
They have, but now at least they have something to cheer for.
Right. For a moment there, I thought that Belleville East was going to get out of the end zone. They had a few fumble pickups, at least 2.
Yeah, Schooler broke a couple tackles on that.
Right.
It was hard to get him to actually win. And this time, rather than Amar Johnson, Maurice Anthony finally catches the ball, and he gets brought down at about the 40-yard line. And so now
the kickoff by Maxim
Chaminade will start at the 41-yard line.
Tackle made by number 12, Sanders. Chaminade's ball 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line.
Cook hands it off to Fortune, and Fortune's bulldozing his way through there. Finally being brought down after a gain of about 8 yards on that play.
LJ Fortune, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 54, Gilmore. That's an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2.
Probably look for them to give the ball to Fortune again. Or based on this lineup right here, Amar Johnson will be the one that will be taking it. And I was right. And little gain on the play, I believe only about a 1-yard gain. So I believe they'll fall just short of the 1st down line.
Amar Johnson, ball carrier. Tackle made by number 54, Gilmore. 3rd down and inches.
So we got a 3rd and inches now. If I'm Coach Torrey, just, I guess, keep pounding the ball up the middle, because so far that's been working. You only need half a foot to get 1st down.
There it is.
And 1st down they get. Amar Johnson converts.
Amar Johnson, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 11.
So now it'll be 1st and 10
Ramsey.
from
down,
the
Chaminade.
Belleville East 48-yard line. 1:26 to go here. Cook makes a throw, but it bounces off the ground before it can reach its intended receiver, being LJ Fortune.
The pass from Cook is incomplete. Intended target number 3, Fortune. 2nd down and 10.
And so Fortune now gets subbed off the field. Coming on for him is number 7, Cam Epps. And Cook's pass to Epps is brought down for a loss on the play. They're trying to go with a trick play.
Pass from
Cook. Like last time.
I thought that was.
7,
I thought the
loss on the play.
Them bringing on Epps onto the field was kind of a strange play because, I mean, listed on the roster, Epps is the backup quarterback to Brady.
3rd down and 16.
So I thought that would be kind of an interesting move.
That is interesting.
And I saw him line up as a wide receiver. And I thought that was,
why not put my man Stan on? Stanley Williams.
He's out there. He's on the bench though.
Right.
And Cook scrambles now and finding a good amount of space now. And great play there from Brady Cook, making something out of nothing. Now only
quarterback number 12, Brady Cook with the keeper. A 14-yard gain.
With only 57 seconds left on the clock.
Make that a
4th down and 3.
Make that a 4th and 3 actually.
We will see.
But yeah, it was a great play from Cook right there to turn something or turn nothing into something.
Right.
It looked, in my
Almost
opinion,
a sack.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be a sack when I saw that
Right.
he was getting pressured, but he managed to escape that tackle and run it for an extra about 10 yards.
And he said, "No, officer, I'm going to run." He got maybe 20 yards was that, 25?
And did they get the first down?
They were close.
They were close. Let's see what the officials have to say.
The ball carrier number 3, Fortune.
Can't tell what the play.
Timeout for a measurement.
Oh, they're calling a timeout for the measurement. And it appears that it's going to be good. And yep, that's a first down for Chaminade.
First down, Chaminade.
Very close, first down.
Very close.
Impressive.
About ready to start. And Cook hands it off. Fortune finding some space on the perimeter and tried to get him with the spin move, but stepped out of bounds in doing so. And so Chaminade will have a second down.
LJ Fortune, the ball carrier.
He'll run out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. And so it will
steps
be
out of bounds after an 8-yard pickup. Second down and 2 for the Red Devils.
Second and 2 for Chaminade right here. And they run it again. And appear to have gotten that first down. Clock is ticking for the Red Devils, only 22.5 seconds to go.
See what we can do. What do you think is going to come next?
We'll have to see. I think they're going to try and play it safe and run it as much as they can to kind
First down, Chaminade.
Get as close to the end zone as they can within this 22 seconds and then go for a passing play to end off if they're close enough. And little to no gain on that play right there. Oh, that's the end of the first quarter.
Gray, the ball carrier. A 1-yard gain.
2-14.
Second down and 9.
Belleville East.
And that's the end of the first quarter. The score,
not the lead you wanted to have,
East,
or not the game you wanted to have so far up to this point. But it seems like Chaminade's kind of getting their feet under them more and more, offensively speaking at least. But after an abysmal start to that first quarter, Chaminade seemed to kind of pick it up a little bit more.
Don't worry about tweeting. I'll tweet after every quarter, okay? Just don't worry about
So what did you see from Chaminade in that first quarter that you think that they can build on, I guess, going into the second quarter?
I think so. I think that we saw a lot of scenes of very good playing and some scenes of obviously not so good playing with 3 interceptions there. But I think that the way we carried ourselves in like the last play, building up the field like that was I think that's the overall strategy that we're going to go through throughout the whole.
Don't use that.
Throughout the whole game, I think we're just going to have to work our way up the field through running and. Put some points on the board that way.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. And it's 2nd and 9 right here. Has to hand it off to Fortune, and he, I believe, gets to pick up the first down right there. Another beautiful run from Fortune, who's having quite the game so far.
I think overall, Belleville East is having a very impressive game.
Yeah, they started off this game really well. I mean, it's somewhat, I guess, cooled off a little bit, just because
we've had much more possession.
Yeah, at least on this most recent drive.
Yeah.
But we still haven't capitalized, so. And the handoff to Fortune again. Picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Brady's expecting him, so. Okay. Does Brady want to
ball down on the 15-yard line right there.
20, Hamilton.
11. All right.
A 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 for the Red Devils.
It didn't break. All right. So.
And Cook hands it off. This time to John Kuntz. And Kuntz just bodies. That just absolutely demolishes the Belleville East defender right there.
Great run by Kuntz there.
Didn't make it into the end zone right there, but got very, very close. Absolutely just took it right to the Belleville East defender. Not something you'd, I guess, expect from a wide receiver
He makes his way down
that was running.
Impressive
To run the ball and then in the middle of running the ball, just bulldoze a kid.
Right.
Not something you expect. But
he's a pretty big kid, though.
Yeah. And this pass to Maurice Anthony, and he runs it in. Chaminade touchdown. And now finally, we get the first touchdown of the 2018 season.
Into the end zone, 6 points for the Red Devils.
Anthony getting a little too hyped almost on that after that touchdown, falling right over, not being able to stick the landing on the after that chest bump in midair. And coming out now to take the first kick of the season, Adam Schmidt.
Well done, Schmitty. Wish Fit Player of the Week, Adam Schmidt, puts it right between the posts. Beautiful kick. Beautiful kid. Beautiful personality.
And the point after kick is good. The kick
well done
by Schmidt.
Schmidt gets Chaminade's first PAT of the season. And now we have ourselves a ball game. 14-9. Still in favor of the Lancers, but definitely a surmountable lead. 11:06 to go here in the second.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Oh, definitely.
Shaping up to be a good one.
I think now that Chaminade has their footing under them, they have some momentum now, just from getting that last touchdown and then some of the plays they made leading up to it. It definitely, I think, is setting the stage for a lot better offensive performances down the road.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just hope that we can stop them from running away with it too much like we did in the first quarter. See if we can get a quick turnover here.
And then taking the kick for Chaminade, now number 31, Peter Hannon. Hannon's kick goes all the way back and dropped, but picked up by Belleville East and gets tackled at the 28-yard line. And we have a player down on the field. Appears to be number 2, Nolan Wellinghoff.
Hopefully he's all right. Except it's his leg.
Definitely hope he's all right. You obviously never want to see injuries like this happen to anybody in any sport. But I mean, I guess it's a fact of the game. Things happen.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate reality that with high school sports, a lot of these kids aren't. Of course, they get coached, but they're really throwing themselves around there just to impress scouts and anybody that's watching. So sometimes you can get a little reckless. And
I guess at times.
That things can happen. Injuries. So he's getting up.
And he's up, so hopefully he'll be all right going forward. Just, I guess, thankful that it's nothing serious, or at least so it appears at this point, if he's able to walk off the field. Both teams are now retaking the field, though. Chaminade looking for a good defensive stop here, and which I think if they do get, will almost entirely shift the momentum back in favor of Chaminade if they can get some kind of stop here.
Should I take this down? No, it's not.
All right.
And run it there. And it gets brought down just short, just after the 35-yard line. Brought down by number 13, Luke Nichols.
An 8-yard gain, second down and 2 for the Lancers.
It'll be 2nd and 2 right here, 10:30 to go in the first half. The snap. Waller fakes the handoff, finds some open space, but gets brought down.
Makes some good headway, though. He does, up the field.
He gets brought down, but not after converting the first down. And so Belleville East
quarterback
will have 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line.
By number 10, Ray. First down, East.
And that's Waller's biggest strength, I think, is his ability to run in the open space when he finds it, when he does decide to scramble. Almost in like a Lamar Jackson-esque kind of way, that he really can make the other team pay whenever they don't block him as disciplined as they should be. And Waller, pass this time, caught, but was tripped up at the 45-yard line.
Waller's pass is
by
complete to number 7, Cole. Tackle made by number 11, Terry.
Catch made on that last play from number 7, Nick Cole.
Second down and 1.
Got a 2nd and 1 from the 45. The snap. Pass handed off to Schooler. Schooler gets tackled, but once again converts the first down for Belleville East.
The ball carrier number 22, Schooler. Tackle made by number 11, Terry. First down, Lancers.
First and 10 from the Chaminade 42-yard line. Belleville East putting three of their wide receivers to the left of Keenan Waller. Waller makes a pass, it is caught, and is brought down though. The pass was caught by number 4, Mikey Foster.
To number 4, Foster. Defending on the play, number 8, John Kuntz. Second down and 5.
And a 2nd and 4 right here. Snap. Waller, long pass, but incomplete. That one intended for number 8, Elijah Nelson. But great coverage from both number 5, Jabin Johnson, and number 11, Jameson Terry. Both working together on that play.
It'll be a 3rd down and 4.
Did a great job of stifling the defender, I guess. Make the pass incomplete. Waller. Pass is deflected, but drops before anybody can catch
Waller
it.
is knocked down by number 8.
So
John Kuntz brings up a 4th down for the Lancers.
4th down right here. And it appears that they're going to try and go for the field goal, I believe, as they're bringing off a lot of their players, including, I believe, Waller. And they're going to punt it. Ball lands at the 5-yard line and gets scooped up by Belleville East.
The punt by Maxim is down by the Lancers on the Chaminade 8-yard line.
Little squib there.
10.
So we got a timeout now.
Good word.
Normally during this time we have some announcements to bring up, but we don't got anything tonight, at least at the moment.
Top 10 words in my book.
Top 10 words?
Say number 5 to 7 in that region is squib.
Oh, okay.
When referring to a squib kick in football, just performed. Watch the water.
Yeah. Since we don't have any announcements during this time to bring up, what are your thoughts on this game? What does Chaminade need to do in order to take the lead for the first time in this game?
I think we need to get the football into our hands, into the opposing end zone.
That is generally a good thing if you try and score a touchdown.
Usually.
But generally you need to do that.
Or we get 3 safeties in a row. Then it'll be 15 to 14.
Also something you could do. Very unlikely that would happen though, so. But I guess you never know. 7:08 to go here in the first half of play. Chaminade starting the ball Handoff, but no gain on the play. As I believe it was LJ Fortune that got brought down for actually a loss of 1 yard on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 11 from the Chaminade 6-yard line. Cook hands it off again, and Fortune again brought down at the line of scrimmage. Actually gained 2 yards on the play in the process, and so now we got actually only 1 yard.
Fortune, the ball carrier.
And so it'll be
Made
3rd
by number
and
60,
10
Kyles.
from
3rd down and 10.
from the Chaminade 7. I could see you probably want them to go for a pass here. I think it's kind of a go big or go home situation, obviously.
Let's see what we can do here.
It's either get the first down or punt. So Cooked up since in the pocket, but scrambles and is able to find space, gets the first down, and is brought down just after, or just before the 20-yard line.
Very surprising. Cook's running ability is
Cook.
very good this game.
Scrambles.
Yeah, when he's scrambled so far
Penalty
in this
markers on
game,
the field.
it's always been for good results. I believe he's gotten close to 10 yards on each time.
Yeah, that's a good thing about Cook. He's very good under pressure.
He is a very good decision maker, I think.
The penalty false start is against the Red Devils.
He has very good field IQ. He can sense. He has a wide range of vision on the field and can make decisions quickly and in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, and the thing is, last season at least, Cook was very much a pass-first quarterback. Last season total, he only rushed for 41 yards the entire season. And I think we're about halfway there from this game alone. So if he, I guess, can utilize that ability more if he's developed it, it'll definitely be something for the team to notice. But Chaminade gets brought down.
Fortune on the carry.
So it'll be
Small
4th
gain.
and 14.
It'll be a 4th down for the Red Devils.
And so I would assume Chaminade would be punting. It would not be a very good idea to try and go for the first down on this play. So, yeah. And about ready to punt. Punt falls down just at 41 and is recovered
The punt
by LJ
Cook
Fortune.
is down by the Red Devils.
And so
It'll be
Belleville
Lancers ball,
will start
1st and 10 from the
at the
Chaminade 40-yard line.
5:03 to go here in the second quarter of play.
First down, Belleville East after the punt by Chaminade. Is that a squib? Is that a squib as well?
I don't think it was.
It was not. But
Wait, Mr. Master, are you in CSPN?
And Waller, deep pass, almost got picked off though by Jabin Johnson, but too long for even him.
that would have been very impressive.
Pass
Wow.
from
A little
Waller
bit
is
off the mark
incomplete.
on that one.
Good bid by Johnson there, though.
Yeah, it was a good attempt, I guess, but to no avail. 2nd and 10 from the Chaminade 40. Schooler gets brought down, gain of about 2 yards on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 8.
The running back, number 22, Schooler on the carry. Tackle Tackle made by number 10, Kevin Ray.
Clock winding down here.
A
Almost
2-yard
prepared for
gain,
halftime,
3rd down and 8
which
for the Lancers.
during halftime, I'll say, as you heard me mention earlier in this broadcast, I got to sit down earlier this week with Coach Torrey, and so make sure you stay tuned for halftime for my exclusive interview with the head coach of Chaminade football. I got his thoughts on this upcoming season, so make sure you definitely stay tuned for that. And another pass from Waller, almost picked off again. This time by John Kuntz, but
the quarterback,
once again,
Waller,
just short.
His pass is incomplete.
Some say that your
Play,
interview with Coach
number
Torrey will
8,
be the most
John
viewed
Kuntz.
video in
That
America
brings up
after
a 4th
tonight.
down
Oh, okay.
for the
That's
Lancers.
what I heard.
Yeah, sure.
More than the Super Bowl. More concurrent viewers.
Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
And the punt falls down at the 19. The Lancers let it roll as far as they can.
The punt by Maxim is down by the Lancers. It'll be Chaminade ball, 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line.
The Red Army getting into it. Some very interesting chants. Do you hear what they're chanting right now, Benny?
I do not.
Are you familiar with the church song that we sing at Mass sometimes?
Oh, yes, I
the
do.
Malo Malo, thanks be to God. That's what's going on at the moment.
Church chants are the best chants.
I'm waiting for the Shay Shay part. If that part ever comes. I'm gonna say it's only not even 1/2 into the season, and I already love the student section with these chants. Cook now in the pocket. He decides to scramble, but he falls down at the 1, I believe. I don't think that was a safety.
The quarterback, Cook, is sacked for a loss. The ball will be spotted on the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
Second and 15 now for Chaminade from the 1, and this is one of those plays where you cannot make a mistake at all. Because I mean, if you let Brady get sacked or get tackled for a loss, and it's a safety, and it's more points added to that deficit, which is obviously something no team
Cook's
wants.
pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Campbell. 3rd down and 15.
Chaminade had some good amount of trouble recently just getting out of their own end zone. And just getting out of their half to begin with, really. They came close a couple times towards the beginning of this quarter, but haven't had nearly as much luck recently. As an almost highlight reel play intended for Keyshawn Campbell slips through his fingers. And so now we get 4th and 15 from the 1.
The quarterback, Brady Cook.
Of course, Keyshawn Campbell's brother, Rod Campbell, is also very well-known wide
Number
receiver,
9,
alumni from
Keyshawn
Chaminade.
He now is playing at Northwestern
4th down,
University,
Chaminade.
where actually the Chaminade football team went this offseason
Yep.
for one of those camps, where actually Roderick Campbell gave a speech to the team, talked to them for a little bit. I even got
Brady
Coach
Cook
Torrey
is
to
the punter. He punts the
elaborate
ball
more, I guess, on what
back to the
that
40-yard
little trip
line.
meant for them, and a lot more in the interview that'll be coming
1st and 10, Belleville
this coming
East.
halftime. Seamless transition.
In only 2 minutes, 51 seconds on the clock. The time gets shorter and shorter until we get to see Jacob Stinson and Antoine Torres' conversation for the ages.
Waller hands it off. And Jaden Harris-Hempel is brought down at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Or actually, they'll say he gained, I believe, 2 yards on that play. So actually, it was 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this first half of play. Chaminade still down by 5. Waller fakes the handoff, gets through, and I believe converts the first down. And so we'll move the chains again. 1st and 10, Belleville East.
The quarterback, Waller, makes his way down for a first down.
And the run on that play is brought down at the 23-yard line.
Schooler, the ball carrier. That's a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4 for the Lancers.
And the long pass from Waller, no good. A little bit of contact there from the intended receiver.
Didn't know you were a T guy, Stinson.
It's not T.
What is it?
It's not important.
Wow. Good commentating skills there.
He's asking about my drink that I have with me. If you were so curious, it's a like blood orange lemonade, I believe, from Breadco. Because I know everybody out there watching cares about what drink I have with me.
First rule Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club.
Sure.
Something's happening on the field.
Timeout called, I believe.
During the timeout, Stinson.
Timeout, Belleville East.
What's the second rule of Fight Club?
Oh.
You don't talk about Fight Club.
I thought that was the first rule.
It's the first and second rule.
Oh.
Third rule Fight Club. If it's your first time at Fight Club, you have to fight. I think that's the third rule. Fourth rule at Fight Club. If you yell stop during the fight, fight's over. Something like that.
Chaminade retaking the field. Belleville East should be shortly. 1:04 left to go. Chaminade needing some kind of boost on offense after the 1 touchdown they had in the first half, or earlier in this quarter. Things have slowed down fairly dramatically, as they haven't even been able to really make it past their own 40-yard line in recent. Belleville East taking the field for their offensive drive as Waller makes a long throw.
Oh, very close.
Off the mark. Pass intended for, I believe, number 8, Elijah Nelson.
Very close and intercepted by number 13.
To number 6, Ford.
Oh, my bad. It was actually number 6, Jalen Ford.
It brings
the
up a
8s and the
4th
6s
down
on their
for
jerseys
the
are kind of
Lancers.
similar, from this far away at least.
See if Chaminade can get out of this this portion of the field.
Well, it appears they're going to try and go for the field goal from this far out. So we'll see. But after that, once they get the ball back, they have about a minute left to go to try and make it pretty much all the way down the field. kick is no good, though, actually, on that play.
And a
Kick from
field
Maxon
goal attempt is no
goes
good.
off of the crossbar, off the goalpost, and so the score will stay the same, 14-9. 52.5 now. So basically, Chaminade's got to move, and they got to move quickly.
The result of the field goal attempt on 4th down is Chaminade's ball. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
These last few plays, I'd choose Chaminade probably try and go and pass it really for the rest of the way down.
Yeah.
Not much point in trying to run for small gains when you got this little time.
Right. We need to make some major.
And that's exactly what they do. First throw intended for Kuntz is dropped.
Absolute bullet by Cook.
Yeah. And Cook's been really on target with these passes so far. It's just for some reason the wide receivers can't seem to really get a hold of them for whatever reason.
He has been on target, which is what I was stressing earlier. He is an accurate thrower.
Definitely.
The defense has done very good coverage of our offense. That's why there has been, well, the first two interceptions, that was the reason, but the third was just
bad luck.
Yeah, the third was just bad luck.
Yeah. Cook's pass. Cook leaves the pocket and ultimately goes out of bounds and lays the shoulder into the Belleville East defender. Not something you want to see from, or not something you generally see from your quarterback, of all people, but.
Oh man, Chaminade whips out the Who's Your Daddy chance.
Cook with the keeper.
The answer, I believe, to that question is supposed to be Brady. But
he scrambles out of bounds, close to a 1st down. 3rd down and 1 for the Red Devils.
3rd and 1 now for Chaminade. And a fumble on the play, recovered by the Lancers. Not what you wanted right there. That seemed like just a bad snap on the center. On that play, it went over Cook's head, and so he couldn't recover it in time. That's just not a smart play, I guess.
Not a very good look.
If you're the center in that case, you just gotta have more focus.
Right.
Yeah, those are the unforced errors that I guess have typified a lot of what Chaminade's done so far in this game. Waller in the pocket, makes a throw, but it's deflected.
Riku gets a hand on it.
Riku doing some dirty work down the line.
The quarterback,
getting in the way of that pass.
Japanese monster,
Waller.
Riku.
His pass is deflected.
Gentle giant.
He is physically a interesting specimen, just from just how big and strong he is. It's just not somebody you want to be facing if you're on the other
team. Oh no, quite intimidating.
Waller's pass.
Good coverage on the quarterback there. Did you see that?
Yeah, great play from the D-line there. Pressuring him to force him to kind of make a rush decision.
Waller incomplete.
It was still a good throw though, even under that pressure.
It was a hard throw, but it wasn't really on the market.
Right.
Really at all.
Depending on the play, number 78, Julian McBride.
Foul on the play though, I guess, for roughing the passer, I believe. But so now ball moves. So we got 3rd and 10 on this play right here. Waller hands it off. He fakes the handoff and gets brought down just short of the 20. Clock is ticking, only about 15 seconds left to go. So I believe they're just gonna let the clock wind down. And yep, I believe that'll be it.
quarterback, Waller, on the keeper.
Maybe not timeout called with 2.2 left to go in this first half of play. So we'll have time for one more play. Likely, I think, a field goal attempt to try and pad that lead enough to make it more than one touchdown's worth. But yeah, honestly, they could go for anything. I could see them going for a touchdown, but it just doesn't seem like it would make much sense. Both teams retaking the field for one last play, and it appears that they are going to go for the field goal as Maxim steps foot onto the field. He is over 1 so far in this game on field goal attempts, so we'll see how it turns out. But nevertheless, Belleville is trying to stretch that lead out as much as they can going into this halftime, give them some extra momentum. And the kick right between the wickets.
Nice kick, actually.
And that is it for the first half of play.
Just under 30 yards. That was actually a pretty impressive kick.
It was.
And that takes us
that
to
extends
halftime.
the
score,
Belleville lead to 17 to 9.
Chaminade 9.
And so that is it for the first half of play. Make sure you stay tuned for both my previously mentioned interview with Coach Torrey.
The apex of this whole CSPA broadcast.
Yeah, and then also the showing of the hype video for tomorrow's soccer game against SLU, which, by the way, you definitely should go to. But that is it for me for now. Stay tuned for the start of the second half, and we'll be back.
Bye.
I'm joined by Coach Torrey, head coach of Chaminade football. Hello, I'm Jack Stinson. I'm joined by Coach Torrey, head coach of Chaminade football, who you all probably know. And we sat down and got some questions for Coach Torrey. First up, over the summer, you took the team up to Notre Dame and Northwestern, where Roger Campbell, former Chaminade football star, plays now, to participate in the camps up there. What were these experiences like, and how do you think they inspired your team?
It was a great experience for our boys. We had an opportunity to bond and grow as a team. We traveled on the bus. We had 50 total on the bus, and we grew closer. We had some of our newer freshmen join us as well, and we performed well. Jack, we won all 4 games in our 7-on-7 tournament. Our linemen competed well in the Indies, and we had a chance to talk and meet with Roger Campbell, our alumnus, and he spoke to our team. So it was a great experience for all of us, including our coaching staff. We grew closer as well.
Awesome. And then we know that last season kind of came to a somewhat disappointing end, losing to Hazelwood East in district. Just knowing what that team was capable of and the talent that they did have. What takeaways from that game did you get from that you can use coming into this season?
Just the passing game on both sides of the ball, Jack. We didn't throw the ball particularly well against Hazelwood East in the first round of the districts, and nor did we defend the pass well. And they threw several jump balls. We stopped the run well. So those are some things that we really took to heart over the offseason, working on the passing game and stopping the pass, protecting our quarterback, and executing defensively in the secondary. And those things that where we think we've grown stronger. We've made some adjustments with our coaching staff. We're very excited to have Coach Anthony as our DB coach this season, and we're off to a really good start this summer. We've had a lot of success, as I mentioned, going 4-0 at the Northwestern tournament and finishing 8-1 in the Notre Dame tournament with 36 teams come out as the runner-ups in the championship game. That was impressive for us. So we're looking forward to see where that takes us.
Awesome. And then one thing I also noticed last season with it was just kind of the overall youth of the team, because it was a team made up of largely, at the time, sophomores.
Correct.
And now that class has gotten a year older and has gotten another year of experience under their belt, what do you think, or how do you think that has an effect on the team?
Well, they've been battle tested. Our sophomores last year participated often in the games. So we feel like we have a lot of experience, yet we still have a lot of youth and energy that we have on our program. So I think it's a good mix. And we're going to expect our juniors to lead our program, and then we're going to expect our seniors to also contribute. So it's a good combination we have where we're experienced, we've been tested, and we hope that pays off.
Very good. And then staying on the topic of that class of 2020, starting quarterback Brady Cook has kind of been on the rise in terms of recruitment lately, recently picking up an offer from Mizzou this past summer. What is it that he brings to the team that makes him such a sought-after player, and where do you see his career going from here?
Yeah, Brady's work ethic is second to none. You know, he really wants it. He works extremely hard in the off season, on his own, in the weight room, and his passing game. He works on that tremendously at Elite Football Academy, and then he participates, you know, all summer in 7-on-7. And so he's also really improved in the weight room. That's probably the strength that I'm excited about the most. You know, Brady put 30 pounds of muscle on this summer, and we're really excited to watch him grow and develop, and he's really excited about the offer from Mizzou. Is one of his, you know, top schools, and so it's a process. He's humble about it, and we're just going to keep him grounded and focus on leading our offense, and that's our plan. But we're happy for him.
Awesome. And then going into this next season, the schedule, people will notice, obviously looks a lot different than what it had in the past. And some of the games, such as Kirkwood, Cape Central, have been removed and to replace for new teams like Lutheran North and Phillips Chicago coming up in a couple weeks. What prompted you to make these changes, and how do you think it will ultimately benefit the team?
I think we have a special group. I think this group reminds me so much of that junior team 3 or 4 years ago that made it to the Dome. A lot of experience, yet a lot of youth for energy. It's been quite a challenge of late for the MCC teams to find games, non-conference opponents. So we're looking outside the area more than ever. And so we were able to pick up some very challenging opponents that we think that'll help us on the back end of our schedule. You know, our focus is on winning the district title and winning a state championship. And so if we have to go through the thorns a little bit to get to the roses, that's what we want to do to be more successful than we were last year. So hopefully that pays off for us, you know, to have a tougher schedule. And we do have a very tough schedule this year, and so hopefully it pays off for us.
Yeah, it definitely should help. And then since we were just talking about the postseason, the playoff race will be looking a little bit different with some changes being made to the district. For those of you that don't know, Pattonville is no longer in our district, and they've been replaced with Vianney. But how do you think these changes will affect Chaminade football, and what challenges do you think they'll bring?
Well, that's a good question. You know, Vianney's always, you know, a good, fun opponent to play. I think it'll bring a lot more excitement and enthusiasm in the preparations of those games. It'll also make the regular season game against Vianney, you know, more meaningful. So we want to get that game to get the seed higher, and then we wouldn't have to meet them earlier in the playoffs. But, you know, they're ranked number 6 in the state. It's a good test for us in our district. But Pattonville is a very talented group, too, and they moved it up to 6, as you mentioned. And so we're excited about that challenge. But we also have some other schools that came into our district, you know, as far as Parkway West is now in our district. Belleville is a Class 6 school that dropped down. And so it's toughened up our district. Our district's been one of the toughest districts in Class 5 for the last 5 or 6 years. So, you know, Pattonville and Vianney is about equal, so we know it'll be a tough test for us, but we'll focus on each one game at a time in the playoffs. And right now, the regular season is our focus.
And then also, a couple questions ago, you mentioned the senior class, but what kind of role do you think they'll have on this team? What role do you expect them to have?
Well, you know, we don't have a lot of seniors. We have 10 total right now, and I tell you, Doug Agnew's been our leader all summer. He's led us in receiving in the 7-on-7 tournaments that we participated in. So we're going to ask him to lead our team in the skill areas, and then Riku Kasuga, you know, he'll be our strength on the line of scrimmage on both sides. You know, he's got some big shoes to fill. You know, 2 D1 linemen that we graduated last year, in Trevor Trout and Marcus Greer. So Riku has tough shoes to fill, but we're going to lean on him and his leadership and Doug's leadership, and then we'll follow, you know, the rest of our seniors as well. So it's their team. We tell them that all the time, you know, and so they're really excited about the opportunity to lead.
Yeah, and then we do also talk about the upperclassmen a lot on this team, but there's also a very deep roster that we have that with talent that somewhat goes unrecognized. Talk a little bit about some of those players that don't get the recognition that they deserve, and could be really big pieces for you in the future.
Well, I'm just excited that the team itself is not getting the recognition that it deserves in the area. We're not ranked this year, and so we love that the radar is not on our back as it was in the past few years. So it's an opportunity for us to earn some respect, but we just talk a lot about focusing on ourselves, focusing on the process that we have in place, and we have, as you mentioned, the depth to do it, particularly in the skill position. We have several guys that we can count on in the skill positions, different areas of the field. I've coached for 22 years, and I haven't coached a team as more athletic and as fast as this team. So we're excited about the speed that we have on both sides of the football. And we have a D1 quarterback that we think can get the ball out to him in space and make some plays for us. So our job is to replace, as I mentioned, two very talented linemen. And so we're going to have to protect our quarterback, keep him off the ground, and we got to catch the football out in space. Then defensively, we want to take care of the secondary and make some plays out there and get some turnovers. So a lot of speed. We're really excited about all the speed we have in a lot of different areas. And it should be a fun season if we stay healthy.
And then, as a finishing question, is there anything else particularly that excites you going into this upcoming season as a head coach?
Just our work ethic, Jacob. I've never had a program just so diligent into focusing on their task at hand in the weight room. Coach Schaff calls them worker bees. He said he hadn't seen a group that just goes in, just works. No talking, no playing, a lot of focus, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy and opportunity. And so these guys have really worked hard. And what I'm most excited about is they really enjoy doing it with each other. You can see it in everything we do in the off season, how excited they are to be just working together with each other, and that's fun to watch as a coach. So hopefully this leans over into our season, and it leans over into week number 1 against Belleville East Friday night, and we'll just go from there with that excitement and enthusiasm. But we're really excited about where we are right now.
Well, that's always definitely a very good thing to have. I want to thank you for coming out and doing this interview.
Thank you.
That is all for this interview with Coach Torrey. Stay tuned for the start of the second half.
Bring the camera back on the field. Oh, hey, there's a ton of people watching this game. If you look at total yards or total unique yards? Unique throws. Viewers, I don't think it's too accurate.
Do you run the camera for the beginning of the second half? Thank you. I'm just going to try to figure this out up here.
Wow, that's crazy. I already got something. probably went out at the worst possible time. Did you try disabling and enabling your Wi-Fi? Really? No. That's about the extent of my technical knowledge. Yeah.
Sit down, boys.
Welcome back, everybody, for the start of the second half. Chaminade still trails by a score of 17-9. Chaminade will be kicking it off to the Lancers to start off the second half of play. Peter Hannon will be the one that kicks the ball off right here. And the ball lands all the way in the end zone.
Kickoff by Peter Hannon goes into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Belleville East ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
I'm still working on this. Here we are.
Showing to bring out their same defense that they had in the first half. Waller hands it off and is brought down for a gain of about 1 on the play.
The ball carrier number 8, Nelson.
Elijah Nelson, the ball carrier.
Number 10, Ray. A 3-yard gain, 7 down, 2nd down and 7.
Actually, it was a gain of 3 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. And Waller's pass to Cole is caught, and Chaminade seems to have somewhat a bit of trouble bringing him down, but he does eventually fall, and so
defending on the play, number 8,
Belleville East will gain a few yards on the play.
It'll be a 3rd
and so it'll be
down and
3rd and 2 from the
Lancers.
28. I'm telling you, Nick Cole, the receiver on that last play, is a big boy.
Yeah, it's pretty sizable for a receiver.
Yeah, I was going to say, just body type at least. It's not what I'd expect from a wide receiver.
Right.
And the run on this one's brought down before the 30-yard line. And so it should be 4th and 1 or 4th and inches. But the referees just rule it a first down.
Forward.
And so it'll be
first down
1st and 10 from the 30.
Defending on the play with the tackle, number 11, Terry.
Ref keeps blowing his whistle, but I'm not quite sure what the why for at the moment.
Yes. We'll see if anything happens. Possible. it's just doing this. Yeah, sounds good. Is there anything else you need to know? No. Sweet. What's the thing to do? Thanks for reminding me.
No problem. Waller hands it off, and Schooler breaks free for gain of about 11 on the play.
On the carry,
Like that.
tackle made by number 13, Nichols.
Gain of 11 right there. So it'll be first and 10 from the Belleville East 41-yard line.
Up top or down?
I'm telling you, the Red Army is being very musical tonight. First off,
I like it.
Earlier we had the Malo Malo, thanks be to God.
And Fly Like a Bird to the Lord, my soul.
And now we had Don't Stop Believin',
Yeah, but
most recently. And Jeremy Schooler again falls down at the, was brought down at the 45-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 6. 9:10 to go here in the third quarter.
Journey makes for some good fight songs.
Well, Waller fakes the handoff, but scrambles and throws away the pass.
It's good defense by Chaminade there.
Was very good pressure, forcing him to kind of make a rash plays. They weren't really allowing the run either, but forced him out of the pocket.
Right.
Is that mini HDMI or full HDMI?
Definitely great coverage from Chaminade on that play. They just need more stops like that, and they'll be set. This will be a big stop right. This will be a big play right here. This, I think, can kind of determine the momentum. If they can get a stop right here and force the punt, it'll definitely give them plenty of momentum that they'll need being down.
I think they're going to look for a throw here.
The Lancers, I believe, will most definitely be looking for a throw.
Yeah, they're too far away from the first down.
And they will be. And
oh,
the pass was right to the intended receiver,
very
being
close.
number 88, Kevon Gaines. But
number 88.
it slips right out of his hands. And so
amateur mistake there. Fortunate for the Chaminade Red Devils.
Yep. It'll be 4th down right here. And so Red Army's even now getting the parents involved in the game. And Jameson Terry's the punt receiver on that one. And he gets brought down at the 40. So Chaminade will take over the ball now. First look at this offense through this second half of play.
Just sit here. Thank you for your patience.
I would definitely be looking to see Brady Cook trying to go for a lot more passes through this.
If our wide receivers can find wider openings, longer openings.
It's not even that. I think just the wide receivers have to be able to catch. Because he's been able to hit them pretty much wherever, but it's just they haven't been caught for whatever reason. But rather than a pass that time, it was a handoff to Fortune, who gains about 5 yards on the play.
Fortune on the carry.
Make that 6 to be exact. And so it'll be 2nd and 4 on the Chaminade 47-yard line. Just under 4 minutes underway in this second half of play. And the play right there was a handoff to number 29, Kylan Birchfield. But Only again of about a yard on the play.
Or if you can find a little prop,
So
For a
it'll
trio
be
of the
second
ball
and 3.
carrier. 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 3.
And Fortune run to the outside again. He finds a lane, but steps out of bounds.
Good run.
Very good run by Fortune. Gain of, I want to say, about 20 on that play before he finally stepped out of bounds. That's definitely a big play we needed on a drive like this. And so far, everything seems to be going to plan for Chaminade so far.
Yep.
Getting a big play like that on offense, coming up with earlier with the stop on defense.
Looks like we're at the 39 about.
Just hopefully they can put everything together. Yeah.
Or the 41, excuse me.
Fortune once again with the ball. Finds plenty of opening and almost
Another
broke free.
great run by Fortune. Well done.
Very good job by Fortune.
Probably the most consistent player of this game.
I would definitely say so, I think.
Seen from Chaminade at least.
Yeah, he's definitely been, I think, Chaminade's best player up to this point.
Yeah.
He's gotten a great amount of yards on this. Coming up with big play after big play. If I'm coach, I just say, give the ball to LJ, get out of the way. And Fortune brought down for possibly a loss, but there's a flag on the play. Sorry, that's actually Maurice Anthony that had the ball on that last play.
If we're gonna have a look at the Chaminade, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
The penalty, illegal shift against the Red Devils. Good decline. 2nd and 10.
Cook under a lot of pressure. He eventually gets chased out of bounds by the Lancer defense.
They kind of did. They definitely did. They definitely did break through our O-line there.
Yeah, that
pretty well.
That was the blocking on that sense needed to be better from the D line, but yeah, they did a good job of forcing Cook into a bad situation. Obviously, with basically like 5 different defenders kind of all cornering him, so he couldn't really throw it either. So he was just forced to run out of bounds.
Yeah, that's all on our own.
3rd down.
See if we can produce something here.
We'll see. It's 3rd and 18 from the Chaminade 29, or from the Belleville East 29-yard line. Cook fumbles the snap originally, and so they call
penalty on the play, false start against
Chaminade, and so they'll move it back even more, make that moving the ball back to the. I believe that's a 10-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty.
5 yards. My bad. 3rd 23 now. Ball on the 34.
Because you don't know if he can move or not.
Chaminade going with a trick play now. Cook going with a long pass, wide open Doug Agnew, but he drops it. And so now Chaminade will be forced to punt.
The pass from Cook is incomplete. The intended receiver, Agnew. 4th down for Chaminade.
Chaminade will be forced to punt. And those are the kind of plays that really, honestly, at this point, have kind of been Chaminade's night on offense in a nutshell.
Yeah.
great play calling generally has been. It's found receivers like Agnew on that last play wide open. It's just, for some reason, they just can't convert. It's just a matter of execution.
Exactly.
And Cook's intended very long pass, intended for Campbell, is incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
The pass to Cook is incomplete. The intended receiver, number 9, Campbell. Penalty marker on the field.
Looks like he's mad.
It should be a passer interference, I believe.
The penalty is against the Lancers, passing interference.
Yep.
And I was right.
Good call, Jacob.
But so that is definitely, I guess, something you'd want from that situation.
Right. That is a little lucky.
It's the second best outcome you can get from that situation. First being a touchdown, of course. So they'll retry the play. This time, ball being moved up quite a lot. I believe that's a 15-yarder penalty. And so ball will be played on the 21-yard line. Cook taking to pass it again. Finds John Kuntz finally.
Good catch and good pass.
And Kuntz is down just short of the touchdown.
Cook really threaded the needle on that one. Found him very slim window where Kuntz was.
Well, Cook's been great all night with his passing. It's just
the receiving end.
Yeah.
We can't really produce there, but good catch by Kuntz.
Generally, the receivers have had a bit of an off night, but that's a beautiful play right there. Great pass from Cook, great catch from Kuntz.
Yep.
And so now we got first and goal actually from the Belleville East 3. Hands it off to Fortune, tries to find his way, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Chaminade.
And now we're back in it, folks.
Number 3, LJ Fortune, takes it into the end zone.
Chaminade picks up their second touchdown of the game. Both touchdowns coming off the run. And so now they're going to, I believe, go for the kick.
I don't see a kick.
They might be trying to go for the two-point.
Yeah, it looks like two-point conversion.
They're going to try and go for the conversion, see if they can tie it up. Kind of a high risk, high reward.
Yes, sir. Let's see if they can produce here.
And Cook looking to go for the sneak, and he gets brought down short of the end zone. And so the two-point conversion is no good.
Two-point conversion. The quarterback Cook.
Chaminade now still trails by 2 points.
Of the goal line.
Just under midway through the third quarter. 6:08 to go. And so while that two-point conversion didn't go, that last touchdown and then the defensive stop before that should have, I think, compounded enough momentum to help Chaminade further along in this game, assuming it helped them get some defensive stops going and then just ultimately get the ball rolling so they can finally take the lead for once in this game. And it appears to be a timeout or so on the field, but we'd like to remind you to come out for tomorrow's and watch the Chaminade Red Devils soccer team take on SLU High. Game starts with the C team playing at 9 a.m., the B team at 10:30, and then the varsity at noon. Varsity game is a house attendance event, So definitely make sure to pop out and then get some points for your house.
It's going to be a battle.
So don't miss. Definitely not a game you want to miss.
Also, we are currently scheduling shadow visits for prospective high school students for potential enrollment in August 2018. Chaminade family, please share with your friends and family so they can get their visits scheduled. Contact Eric in admissions with questions.
Definitely make sure to go do that. And Chaminade getting ready to kick it right back off. Once things get set up. Hannon will be taking the kick again.
That's perfect. See, that's a shot you wouldn't get there.
And the kick. Goes all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And the kickoff by
So Belleville East will start on the 20-yard line.
Touchback.
Chaminade bring out their defense again, hoping again for another big stop.
20-yard line.
Yeah, it goes the ways. At least you're doing, I think maybe like bringing like a space heater or something, because it gets like freezing. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, the woman isn't here though, easily.
First and 10 from the 20. Appears to be some confusion on the play. Waller fakes the handoff and gets brought down for a gain of about 3 yards.
We need to learn not to be so easily conceived by and tricked and by their trick plays.
There has been a number of trick plays, really on both sides, actually.
Yeah.
There was the one botched one intended for Doug Agnew earlier, but
right.
You know, both sides have had their share of trick plays. None to which at this point have worked, but still, they've been there. And Ford, my apologies, that is actually number 8, Elijah Nelson, the runner on that last play. Gets chased out of bounds right there for,
the ball carrier, Foster,
I believe, no gain.
He is shoved out of bounds.
Actually, a loss of 1 yard on that play.
Brightfield. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Lancers.
3rd and 7 from the 20.
Looks like they're going to have to get a throw off here, probably.
Waller sinking deep in the pocket. Tries to find the receiver, but Jamison Terry was all over him on that play.
Good coverage by Jamison Terry there.
It'll be 4th down for the Lancers.
Rickard, he was all over him in that place. Didn't even allow him to get a hand on the ball.
Jamison and LJ Fortune have really been putting on a show tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Both sides.
Belleville East will punt it now here. Trey Hackela almost deflected the punt, but Doug Agnew now running in open space.
Doug Agnew.
Will he take it all the way?
Good run by Doug Agnew.
I believe he gets chased out of bounds, but there are some flags on the play. So we'll see what those calls are for.
By number 20, Agnew. Penalty markers on the field.
See what that call is. As a yellow flag lays all lonesome and melancholy in the middle of this field.
We're writing poetry now on the broadcast, are we?
I am.
Two penalties on the field, both against the Red Devils.
So both the penalties are against Chaminade on this play.
And the other is holding.
So the ball will be moved back quite a lot, actually. Moved all the way back to the 40. Actually, no, make that. They're still moving it back.
Moved back quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Fortunately.
There was 2 penalties, but everything. Starting all the way from the Chaminade's own 45. Stark contrast to where the play ended last time, which was about the 10. Fortune now gets brought down, I believe, tackle for a loss of about 1. Chaminade putting 2 receivers on each side, but he hands it off to Birchfield, who finds plenty of open space, and
Collins
then gets
brought down at the 35 on our side, on their side, and
great play by Birchfield, getting him about 20.
Fast dude.
He's very fast.
My man, no limit kilo, out there on the field.
35-yard run, first down, Chaminade.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Chaminade hands the ball back off to Birchfield.
Birchfield again is able to run it.
Just
about another, almost another 10 yards.
Yeah, almost convert that first down again.
For a smaller sized player, he can really run the ball well.
Yeah, I know, and that's generally just not something to think, I guess.
He's one of the most determined players in the field, you can tell.
What he lacks for in physical size, he definitely makes up for it in strength and speed.
Yeah.
And then just overall craftiness, being able to find those gaps to gain as many yards as he can.
He's definitely a valuable player to have in the field.
Well, definitely. And that's one of the things, I guess, that is good for Chaminade, is their amount of running backs, like LJ Fortune, who's taking it to the house, but gets pushed out of bounds at the 6. And so we'll have a 1st and goal. Some phenomenal running from Chaminade on this possession.
Yep. LJ Fortune has been putting on a show, like I said.
All the running backs really have.
Yeah, really. True. Our running backs are one of our main strong suits.
And that was one of the strong suits of the team last year, because we had quite a few guys. We had Jacoby Buchanan, Jared Taylor, and
both of whom
are Fortune, obviously, as well.
Right, both of whom are now playing football in college. Jacoby for West Point, and JT for Minnesota.
Somewhere.
Minnesota State.
It's one of the schools in Minnesota. It's not the University of. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure which. Cook's taking it all the way in, and Brady Cook now sneaks in for the touchdown, and Chaminade now has their first lead of the night.
21-17.
Beautiful play there from Brady Cook. I've been telling you he's having a good game so far. The numbers wouldn't have told you it from those first 3 interceptions, but he's bounced back, and he's bounced back big.
Brendan wants a replay of the tweet.
And Cook's back out on the field. I think they're going to try and go for the 2-point conversion. And he gives it to Fortune, and Fortune finds his way in.
For the
2-point conversion is good.
LJ Fortune takes
Done.
it into the
23
end
to
zone.
17.
2 points for the Red Devils.
Now we have a ball game.
Yep.
We had one before, but
We have.
it's a ball game I like now.
We now have a touchdown, no added points lead, which is very useful at this time.
Yes, definitely.
Towards the end of the third quarter.
Well, points anytime are always good, but at this critical of a time, as the third quarter in most sports normally are, it's always a big. It's always a very nice thing to have.
All right.
Cannon kicking it off again.
Chaminade has had a history of being a second half team. Before we had our super team a couple of years ago, we were known for being like more of a second half team, and still producing a lot of wins. But
The super team from 2 years ago, or the one that went to the Dome?
the one that went to the Dome.
Oh, as I say, 2 years ago was a super team, but for other reasons, mainly because they had a number 54 on the roster, a sophomore who had a name similar to mine.
Really, what was his name?
It was the exact same as mine. His name was also Jacob.
Jacob Stinson?
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny. For Chaminade or for the other team? Though?
For Chaminade. It's a super team for like the 3 games I played in.
Wow.
Anywho.
That's right, you did play.
I did. I played for a year and then I hung up the cleats.
Why is that?
I pulled a Tony Romo, went to the booth.
Right. Do you like the booth? Yeah, like the view from the booth better or from the field?
I don't know. They're both different. But the run there from Jeremy Schooler is stopped short of the first down. He gained about 5 on the play, but there's a flag on the field. I feel like it's going to be against Chaminade, but
yeah, that's what it seems like.
I can't tell what the call is going to be. Oh, the call is against Belleville East. So, penalty against Belleville East.
The penalty after the play, personal foul on both Chaminade and Belleville East. The penalty's offset.
Oh, okay. So
second down and 5.
So there were 2 penalties, but since one was gotten on each team, so
it canceled out.
Basically, just does nothing. And Waller fakes the handoff.
Sacked. Quickly sacked.
The quarterback, Waller, is sacked by number 55, Trey Hackala.
That's my dude, Hack Daddy. Thakula, Count Thakula.
For the Lancers.
With the sack.
It was a great play there from Trey Hackala. Breaking through right through that coverage. Picking up the sack. Waller now, somewhat long pass.
Ooh.
Intended for Kevon Gaines. I can't tell if he
pass from Waller
caught it.
Complete.
Yeah, he did catch it, actually.
Oh, it is complete. Just stripped.
It brings up a 4th down for the Lancers.
Oh, incomplete.
Incomplete. We apologize.
The Mr. Bell's announcing is throwing us off.
As we speak, his words are chopped.
I'm pretty sure you could probably hear those as well. But anywho, 4th down. Belleville East will be punting. Good defensive possession for Chaminade.
Yep.
Ball falls short of the 40. And
It's
got a dog pile now on the 50-yard line.
Terry jumped on top of it, but
A dog pile on 50-yard line. And can't tell what's going on.
Honestly, neither can I.
Is received by Chaminade.
Anyways,
first and 10.
First and 10 from the
50-yard line.
And Chaminade ball.
Not a bad place.
No.
Halfway up the field. Let's
Already
see
at-
what we can produce.
Already out of your half, so it's
Right.
2:11 to go here in the in this third quarter.
Hopefully we can get another touchdown and just run away with it, really.
Cook hands it off. Swing 10 for Amar Johnson, but he is tackled at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play.
We're going to need a throw.
Ball carrier. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
I could see them running it one more time.
Yeah, they probably will. That's usually what we do.
Run it.
Run first two, and then
if we don't have the length to run,
Right.
or if we don't have that distance to run,
we're too far away from the
then
down.
we'll
then-
pass.
Yeah. Yep.
It all just depends on the situation.
I feel like that's just kind of a common rule of football, though.
Look to Cook to hand it
Most
off.
teams do that.
Hands it off this time to Anthony,
Oh.
who breaks through, finds a space, converts the first down, and still's on his feet, and finally gets brought out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Hits him with the stiff arm. That stiff arm.
Beautiful play from Maurice Anthony.
Well done.
Number 2, Maurice Anthony on the carry. A 25-yard run.
25-yard gain on that play.
He makes it down. He makes it down Belleville East 21-yard line. 1st and 10, Chaminade.
So now Chaminade getting some very good field possession. 1st and 10 from their 21-yard line. Cook fakes the handoff and tries running a little bit himself, and only gains about 3 yards or so on the play. But I'll tell you, Brady's been running a lot this game so far.
He is tackled by number 12, Sanders.
Definitely just
That's a
not something
4-yard
that
gain.
I would have expected
Yeah.
going into this game, just from his
Mostly-
stats last year.
Right, he mostly runs when it's under pressure, but he has been actually running willingly.
Yeah,
Quite a lot.
but it's definitely good though. If we can keep getting yards on plays like that, I'll take them all day. Cook looking to pass the ball, running it once again, gets the first down, and takes it all the way into the end zone. Brady Cook picks up his second touchdown of the game.
Good run by Brady Cook.
Amazing run, and now Chaminade leads 29-17.
Into the end zone. 6 points for Chaminade.
Beautiful play there from Cook. Great play calling there, setting up the fake and then the run.
We really have run away with it now, almost.
We've built up a pretty sizable lead. 12 points, looking to make it 13 right here. Nope, 14. We're going for the two-pointer again. Brady Cook is back out on the field. We're going for 2. Unless Brady's playing kicker now.
Don't think he would do that, although we have seen him. We did see him.
He does punt.
Punt a few, yeah.
But
Timeout, Chaminade.
Chaminade calling a timeout now.
Hey, Garrett. Can you go and get me some food? It's 39.3.
And and while we have this timeout, we'd also like to remind you to make plans to attend one of the area's high school nights. At these events, Chaminade students shared their experiences at Chaminade with various prospective students. These nights are a great opportunity to learn about the Chaminade difference, small school experiences, large school opportunities. Visit chaminade-stl.org to see the high school night schedule and to learn more. Chaminade now looking to convert that 2-point conversion. Looks like they're going for a passing play here. No running backs lined up around Cook. And Cook's taking it in.
For another 2 points.
Is the roster typed right? Is Brady playing quarterback?
The quarterback.
With the amount of running he's been doing.
Seriously.
Keeps that ball.
Probably sub him in a running back.
Runs up the end and into the end zone.
I'm very, very impressed with what I've seen from Brady Cook so far in this third quarter.
Yeah, he's definitely started off the game with a little rocky start, but he's definitely proved himself as a good football player.
Well, we knew he was a good football player. It's just he's come to life a lot in the second half.
For first viewers.
I'm just impressed with how much he's been running. He only ran for 41 yards all last season, and I'm pretty sure he's already gotten more than that in this game alone.
Possibly.
Hannon will be kicking it back off.
Is it Peter Hannon kicking it off for them?
It is Peter Hannon.
Pete.
And another long distance ball lands in the end zone, so we'll have a touchback. First and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Hannon's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. First and 10, Lancers.
Belleville hands it off, but he is halted right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Great stop from Chaminade. Actually, my apologies. Gain of 1 yard on the play. So we'll have 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain, 2nd down and 9.
Time winding down now in this third quarter. Chaminade about to walk into it with a pretty sizable lead. Now just got to hold on. The clock winds down, and the buzzer sounds.
And that's the third quarter.
It's the fourth quarter time now. Chaminade putting their fours up. Chaminade will start off on defense to begin the fourth quarter of play. Chaminade up by 14. So a 2-touchdown lead now going in to the final frame. Ball will start at the 21, 2nd and 9 still. And the pass there from Waller almost picked off. Very close, but lands right, falls right out of the defender's hands, and so pass will be incomplete. 3rd and 9 from the 21. And the short pass there. And receiver Mikey Foster.
Terry takes him down.
But not until after first down was converted. And so we'll have 1st and 10.
Yep.
From the 31-yard line. Waller runs this one and gets the first down.
Terry can't take him down.
And neither can Nichols, and so Waller with a beautiful play walks all the way into the end zone.
Touchdown, Belleville East.
I don't know if that was a walk, but he did hustle.
He did hustle, but he got in there fairly easily.
Yeah.
He just kind of stiff-armed both Terry and Nichols on the play.
Yeah.
And so kind of just got away with it. And so now we have an
8-point lead by Chaminade now, but
1-possession game.
Yep. Yes, it is.
And the kick is good.
The point after kick is good.
Score now 31-24. Still in favor of Chaminade.
Where's Josiah?
What?
Number 84 on Belleville. His name is Josiah. He's 6'3", 198, defensive end.
Look for him on the field.
For a large fella. Where is Josiah?
He's probably on the bench at the moment.
Yeah, I would think so. Being a defensive end. Just looking at the height, he was tallest. Seems like 6'3", 198 is kind of a monster.
He's a big guy.
Pretty big. Just looking into if he's one of the more well-known players in Belleville East or not, you know.
Never know.
It's a good name, Josiah. Good name. Amish. Twinge of Amish in there, and Josiah.
And Maxim with a kick again. This one lands in the hands of Maurice Anthony. And he breaks through, gets plenty of yards on there, breaks the tackle.
Still going.
Still on his feet.
Still going.
More and more plays. Will he
Still
go all
going.
the way?
He got it.
Touchdown, Maurice
Hold.
Anthony.
Touchdown by Anthony.
Oh my goodness. What a return.
There's no brakes on the hype
His
train.
return by
No
Bo
brakes
Anthony.
whatsoever.
What a return
85
from Maurice
yards.
Anthony.
6 points for the Red Devils.
Just when you think Belleville is starting to get back into the game, Maurice Anthony just kind of single-handedly shuts it down.
He says, no, Belleville East. Not today.
That was a beautiful punt return, though.
Was.
Or kick return, I should say.
Adam Schmidt, Wish Fit Player of the Week, taking the kick. Beautiful human being.
And
Beautiful personality.
this point after kick is brought to you by the Chaminade Spirit Store. Who doesn't love to shop? Especially when it's for Chaminade gear. The Spirit Store has everything you need to cheer on Chaminade in style. Check out Chaminade Spirit Store Monday through Friday from 11:15 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. in Chaminade Hall.
And it's a good kick by Adam Schmidt.
Point after kick is good.
Kick was so good, he is Wish Fit Player of
kick
this
by
week
Adam
and
Schmidt.
next week.
What are you talking about?
Player of the Week. Stinson, you wouldn't.
For what?
You wouldn't understand.
I don't understand.
Good. Leave it be.
Okay.
Just kidding, Stinson.
Then tell me what it is.
It's a little inside joke.
Oh, okay.
I was told to say with the personal trainer that us on the Ultimate Frisbee team, Adam Schmidt is an Ultimate Frisbee player.
I'm aware of that. I thought it had something to do with Ultimate.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah.
I assumed it did, but I wasn't quite sure. Been a lot of scoring so far in this first quarter, and we're not even a full minute in.
Seriously.
2 touchdowns
Hey,
either way.
Brendan, you want me to tweet that now?
That's the shotgun mic.
And
Don't yell in the shotgun.
one second. Oh,
And
Apologize for that, but
we're working in a very small space at the moment.
shotgun mic is in the way of trying to communicate with the outside world.
It's supposed to be there to pick up the noises from the field, but we got a tinge of some of our behind-the-scenes crew. But yeah, we're working in a very confined space at the moment. There's 4 of us at this desk, which is not a very large desk. And brought down at the line of scrimmage. I believe no game on the play. Jeremy Schooler is still the ball carrier for the Lancers.
What is a Lancer? Is that like a knight?
It is a knight. I would know. I had some family that went to Belleville East, meaning one.
All right. You live out in Belleville, don't you?
I do.
Very well. Very well. So there's a whole Belleville school district. Do they have a west, north, south?
There is an east and a west.
Okay.
Belleville West is really good at basketball.
Oh, really?
We played them in basketball last year. And we also played Belleville East in basketball last year.
I do not recall.
It was a tournament over at Belleville East.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. That's probably why.
I was there. I did the announcing for those games.
That is like an hour and a half, hour away.
No, it's like 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Belleville. Okay. I'm not very knowledgeable of distances and the time it takes to get places, except for within my own little bubble of where I go, school and downtown and from my house.
Although, I do want to give a shout out then, since we were on the topic of family that went to Belleville East. I'll give a shout out to my sister Maddie, even though I doubt she's watching this game.
Shout out Maddie.
Yeah. Belleville East class of 2016, I think? Yeah, 2016.
Where did she go to college?
She goes to the University of Arkansas now.
Shout out to the Razorbacks?
Yep.
Shout out to the Razorbacks.
And we got a flag on the play here.
Dang, he just threw that. The ref could be a quarterback, too. You see that flag? He just hurled it. Wow. Ref's got an arm.
Just under 10 minutes to go in the final frame. Chaminade still up 14 points.
The penalty is passing interference against the Red Devils. It's a first down.
So the pass interference against Chaminade. 1st and 10. Ball will be placed on Belleville East 36-yard line. And Waller hands the ball off, but to no avail as he's brought down, I think, before the line of scrimmage, tackle for a loss. Loss of 1. Make that 2 actually on the play. It should be 2nd and 12.
Ball carrier, tackle made by number 29, Birchfield. Loss on the play. 2nd down and 12.
Waller running, looking for the pass. Almost finds it, but no good. Great coverage there from Kylan Birchfield, who's making all kinds of plays on defense. Made that last tackle, and then the nice defensive stop on that last play.
3rd down and 12.
Third and 12 right here. 9:08 to go. Waller's long pass is caught,
Ooh.
and he breaks free.
He's run away with it.
Can Nichols catch him?
Yes, he does. Good.
He brings him down, prevents the touchdown.
That was actually a good play by Nichols there.
Great chase down. I didn't
Yeah.
think he'd be able to get it. I knew he was close. But great defensive hustle from Luke Nichols on that play.
Is that Schaff yelling? I can hear him from a mile away.
It probably is. I can't hear, but he probably is. Knowing Coach Schaff. And Schooler is brought down at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. Should be 2nd and 10 right here. And Waller, long pass, almost caught by 26, Jaden Harris Hemphill.
Incompletiones.
But it is incomplete. And so we got 3rd and 12.
Depending on the play.
Or 3rd and 11. My apologies.
3rd down and 12.
Their starting running back, Jeremy Schooler, has been taken off the field. Replacing him was number 4, Mikey Foster. So I feel like they're going to try and go for a short pass.
They're
which they.
You
were saying?
The Belleville East has been becoming more and more of like slowly like their defense is becoming more of like a mess, like this jamba of just like a bunch of them running around, kind of not being able to.
I mean, the game in general you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, slowly over time of the second half, it's just become a total like jamba kind of sort of like.
It's a new word.
Yeah, sort of just.
A jamba.
Jamba.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Jeffrey Camfield.
Shout out to Jeff. Waller tends to pass, and this one's caught, and Belleville East gets a touchdown.
It ain't nothing though. We're still. We're only going to be a one possession game. What? All right.
I will say defense has kind of been an afterthought in this game, it seems like, for both sides. It's been kind of an offensive shootout now in this game.
It has been a little bit.
It's just been back and forth touchdowns. Touchdown.
Almost as if it was a game of tennis.
I guess. Just the key is Chaminade is to at least either keep up the offense or just hold off the Lancers for a solid 7 minutes, 52 seconds.
Yep. What's going on down there on the field?
I can't quite tell. It seems to be something with the refs.
Something with the refs. It's always something with the refs with you.
Yeah.
You're always saying something with the refs. That's usually what it is anyway.
And they're going for the kick. And it's good.
It's actually close to be, that kick was close to be intercepted almost.
Almost got tipped.
Did you see that? Almost got tipped. We were really close on that
but
one.
No cigar.
Yes. Exactly. Close, but no cigar. Cigar. Like I said again, like they're starting to look less of a jamba. Would you say? A little less of a jamba.
I'm not quite sure about that. It's just kind of.
I mean,
it's just offense after offense.
Yeah, basically. It's usually
touchdown,
we score touchdown. This is what it's been over the past half hour. We score touchdown. We're up 2 possessions. They score touchdown. We're up 1 possession.
We score another touchdown. We're up 2 possessions again.
It's really just a chasing game.
Pretty much.
To no avail.
It's just been kind of back and forth now this whole game. Or throughout this whole quarter. Hopefully we can.
Less of a jump.
Hopefully we can just get another point off the return. We can do that again. And so Belleville East will be kicking to Chaminade from the 30-yard line. They go for an onside kick. Yeah, but it's recovered. And so Chaminade will retake the field.
Here we have Red Army leader and Chaminade senior Jimmy Mullen.
What's up, guys?
He has a frog in his throat. I think he's a little sick today. But Jimmy, how do you think the game has been going from the Red Army?
Well, we started out okay, and we came back, and I think that's what it's all about. And here we are in the fourth quarter. We're coming back. Let's go!
Jimmy, I don't know if that's contagious or not, but that whatever you have, I really don't want to be in that. Jimmy, I'm just saying that. I mean, I'm just afraid to start voice cracking. Oh, God. Oh no, I don't want this to be contagious or anything, so we may have to not have you speak again.
Let's go, Red Devils. See you, baby.
Well, I don't quite know what's going on with Benny and Jimmy back here, but I don't know. We have a football game, actually, funny enough.
I was on live television.
You were.
Garrett, we need your beautiful voice on that.
Hey, Amar Johnson broke loose.
Garrett's trying to sing.
And
Amar Johnson
he took
with a run and a half.
Converted the first down.
You don't have a seat. You just have to stand.
Sit there. He took my seat.
Chaminade's got the first down here from the 37-yard line. Cook hands it off to Agnew. He runs outside.
Schmurd.
He finds some room and finally gets tackled.
Dougie's down
at the 51. 7:11 to go here in the final frame. Chaminade still up 7. We got a holding penalty against Chaminade on this last play. It'll be 1st and 10 from 37.
All right. Let's see if we can produce again and be 2 possessions up. Keep this consistency going.
And so they're officially moving the ball back now. It'll be...
Even though we have a penalty, I still think we can
15-yard penalty?
Come out on top.
It's 15 yards? Yep.
I really think that if we throw the ball and someone runs with the ball into the end zone, we will get 6 points. Or perhaps maybe run it in without throwing it.
Well, hey, look at that. Penalty didn't seem to matter.
Yeah, no.
Beautiful long-distance pass from Brady Cook. Connection to Doug Agnew.
Esteemed senior Jimmy Mullen has some wise words of wisdom. What was that you just said?
Doug and Brady are like Venus flytraps out there. You know, Brady's the fly and Doug's the trap, just like glue.
Who's the Venus?
The Venus is Coach Torrey.
All right, thank you.
Say the penis. Bye, guys.
Well, we apologize for that, but
Orange is the ball carrier. Another first down for the Red Devils.
All right.
Chaminade got the first down. 6:45 to go. Fourth quarter of play.
looking for a run here.
And little gain on the play, on the run from Fortune, but still a gain nonetheless.
Fortune on the carry, gain of 2. Second down and 8. Official timeout on the field.
Who's 33? Nope, town, funk you up.
And this timeout right here is, we'd like to tell you, is brought to you by Father Dempsey's. Chaminade's regular support of Father Dempsey's charities continues. Please consider donating some time, prepare, and serve breakfast for the men on Saturday morning. Visit chaminade-stl.com to sign up. Always a great way to get your service hours.
I love Father Dempsey's. I've been going there since I was in 4th grade when my brothers went here, and we'd all go together as a family and cook the men dinner. It's a great time.
That it is. I'd gone
Service.
as a freshman, because I didn't go here in middle school, and I didn't have any relatives that did.
Wow.
But it's always a great time nonetheless.
Yeah. So Stinson, why'd you choose Chaminade if you live all the way out in Belleville?
I kind of wanted to come over to school here on this side of the river anyways, just because I liked the schools over here more than the options that we had in Illinois.
Okay.
And then it was just a matter of finding which one, because, like, I don't know, for the longest time while I was in middle school, I thought I was going to go to SLU. And then, but hold off from that, Brady Cook
gets sacked
for a loss on the play. He seems slow to get up, and that's not good.
Uh-oh. Not QB Cook.
Well, this is definitely not what we want to have happen, especially this late in the game. Just hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah, we wish the best for Brady and anyone who's injured, who gets injured.
And he appears to be okay. He's able to walk on his own. I'm just not sure if he'll be able to, or if he's playing this next possession or whatnot. Looks like he's getting out there. Or actually, no. They'll put on Cam Epps, the backup quarterback, for this next play at least. And this will be Cam Epps' first time at the quarterback position, I believe, at the varsity level. The sophomore had not recorded any stats prior. And Epps is running. He gets past the line of scrimmage, and where he gets brought down.
Epps gets brought down. Looks like there should have been a flag there, but ref.
He gained a few yards on the play, got to the initial down marker, but it's a fourth down though, so doesn't seem to matter. So we got a 4th and 10.
.550 left on the clock.
And it looks like they're going for it. Brady Cook now returns to the field. And flag on the field. And Chaminade picks up a delay of game penalty.
Interesting.
So that'll be 4th and 15. And Chaminade calls a timeout. And during this timeout, you can use this time to mark your calendars for Chaminade's annual open house on Sunday, November 4th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our current Chaminade family will showcase Chaminade and all the things that we have to offer. Learn about the Chaminade difference, small school experiences with large school opportunities. Or you can also go and make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WeAreChaminade. You can use the hashtag WeAreChaminade for a chance to get your photos posted on the Chaminade website. .550 to go. Chaminade up 7. Brady tries going for the pass. Gets it to Johnson, but he's brought down for the stop. And so it'll be a turnover on downs.
I think I'm going to go down.
Okay.
On down, 1st and 10. For the Lancers, 35-yard line.
Lancers will take over from the 35-yard line. And due to some time issues, I'm not exactly sure what the problem was, but Benny Kardash had to leave prematurely. And so I'm now joined by CSPN's own Braden Luchtefeld.
Nice to be with you, Stinson.
And Jeremy Schooler breaks free and finally gets pushed out of bounds, but not before a massive gain. And flag on the play, though, so we'll see what the penalty is exactly. But the referees marked the down. Oh, it's actually a holding penalty against Belleville East, so that nullifies that last play. And so
wow.
We'll replay.
5:34 left to play in the 4th.
Thank you for mimicking it.
Do we have any more of these left? Announcements.
Belleville is about ready to snap it off. Hands it off. And short gain, though, so he'll be brought down before the first down marker. And so it will be 2nd and 12 from the 33-yard line.
That's a 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 12.
Waller makes the pass, caught by Harris Hempel, and he's out of bounds. Pushed out by Nichols. Another flag. The penalty was waived, so it's first down for Belleville East. A crucial juncture in the game right now, as with a touchdown, Belleville East could potentially take the lead, something that they hadn't done since Chaminade started on their run towards the beginning of the third quarter. And Waller, who scrambles on the play, gets brought down. Gain of only about 3 yards on the play.
The quarterback, Waller, with the keeper. Tackle made by number 34 at right field. It's a gain of 3, and it's second down and 7.
Waller makes a long pass intended for Flager, but it is incomplete. You'll have 3rd and 7. Right now, 4 minutes to go.
A third down and 7 for the Lancers.
I know.
Waller looking to make the pass. Scrambling though, leaving the pocket. Makes a pass intended for Ford, but no good.
Waller's pass is incomplete. 4th down for the Lancers.
You got 4th and 7 right here. It looks like Belleville East is going to try and convert that first down. Or maybe they're waiting on a timeout call. And there it is. And while we have this timeout, we would like to invite you to our annual Celebrate Chaminade event that will be Friday, September 28th. Mark your calendars. This is an event not to be missed. You can come and join alumni and our current families to simply come and celebrate Chaminade. Also, we would like to tell you that MLC will be hosting a meeting after the varsity soccer game against SLU tomorrow at noon. 9th graders should gather in the quad. Raising Cane's will be served for lunch, and the meeting will complete at 4 p.m. Sorry. It'll be a really late meeting if it went until 4 a.m. But all 9th graders are welcome to attend the meeting.
That'd be a long meeting.
That would be a long meeting.
But if there's free chicken, you know.
If there's free chicken. If free chicken might entice you to stay that long.
Yeah.
Red Army's trying to get the team hyped up now. Crucial point in the game. We're in the final 4 minutes of action. Waller, pass incomplete. Great stop there from Luke Nichols. And so Chaminade will take over on downs, right at the 50-yard line.
The result is first down, Chaminade. The ball spotted on the 50-yard line.
Chaminade now breaks the huddle. Cook hands it off. Fortune finds space, converts the first down, and finally gets brought down at the 37.
Fortune with the carry.
Great run there from Fortune.
First down, Chaminade.
Appears to be injury on the field. Appears to be to a Belleville East player, but I cannot tell you exactly who, as the trainers are kind of blocking the view. Oh, that is actually to number 1, Johannes Flager. So Chaminade now retakes the field after the situation seems to have been cleared up. Cook hands it off to Anthony. Anthony cutting outside is brought down before the line of scrimmage, so we tackle for a loss.
Okay. And if you are on camera, I will be on. Yeah, and this is good. So like, yeah, that's perfect. And you can zoom in.
We'll leave 2nd and 11 now here. 3 minutes to go. Chaminade still holding on to a 1-touchdown lead.
That's perfect. Okay, we're going to what you're on right now. Yeah, cool. We're using green. Okay, now slowly zoom. Slow. Perfect. Now stay there.
Hands it off to Fortune, who breaks through, finds space, and is still on his feet. Brings it just past the 15-yard line. Another beautiful run from Fortune, as we've seen plenty of tonight. Fortune is having an outstanding game so far.
Timeout, Belleville East.
And Belleville East calls the time. Chaminade's annual Grandparents Mass is not this Sunday, but Sunday, September 9th at 10 a.m. in the Skip. All boys and their grandparents are encouraged to attend. With free valet parking. Don't miss the special day. More information will be at chaminade-stl.org. Make sure you go online and find that. And then also, you can start your week on the right foot by joining other Chaminade parents for the weekly Parent Rosary. All are welcome. Just meet in the chapel on Mondays at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. on late start days. Always make it a great start to your week. Chaminade hands it to Fortune again, who breaks through, gets it, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown,
LJ Fortune
Chaminade.
extends the Chaminade lead now,
The ball
13
carrier,
points,
LJ Fortune,
with a beautiful
into the end
run
zone.
into the end zone,
Another
breaking
6
through
points
multiple
for the Red
tackles.
Devils.
Outstanding play from LJ. And I think that might be the final nail in the coffin. I don't see Belleville East coming back with 2 touchdowns in the span of 2.5 minutes.
Yep, I agree. Can't count our chickens before they hatch, but it seems like in this situation, we might want to.
Make that 14 points.
14,
And the
yeah.
point after kick is good. The kick by Adam Smith.
It's a good lead for 2.5 minutes.
Always good. We should be able to hold on from here, but I think even if they do score, Chaminade can just basically run the clock down for 2.5 minutes. So it wouldn't necessarily be very difficult to do. The lead seems pretty much secure. Retakes the field to kick once again. And receiver is brought down at the 28-yard line. Exactly 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the second half. Chaminade leads 45-31. Need a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And while this game seems pretty much all but over with, it's time to, I guess, look forward to next week's football game, which is not this time next Friday, actually. It will be next Saturday at 2 p.m. We are playing Phillips Chicago, the defending Illinois state champions. And that will be actually played at East St. Louis High School. That will be next Saturday at 2 p.m. And we will be broadcasting that one. So make sure to tune in and check it out right here on CSPN. Waller's pass to Flagger is caught. Belleville is trying to move quickly, get as close to points as they can. Waller makes a throw, and it's caught once again by Flagger. 2 really nice catches in a row from Johannes Flagger.
20-yard pass there.
Very nice throw.
Yeah.
2:12 left on the clock. Waller throws it and is caught and eventually run out of bounds. Harris Hempel, the receiver.
Not quite enough for a first down.
Not quite, but still a good play nonetheless.
Steven, I'm going to go to you.
It'll be 2nd and 8 now from the Chaminade 32-yard line. And Waller's pass is fumbled by Ford, but he still holds on to it, but gets tackled immediately by 2 Chaminade defenders. And Waller fumbles it, but he recovers it. And he keeps throwing back in the pocket. And it's intercepted by Luke Nichols. Amazing play right there. Great job from the D-line. Pressure Waller into making a tough throw. And then great job by Nichols to rise up and get it in his place.
From the 12-yard line.
Beautiful play all around from the defense.
Yes, that one pretty much seals up the deal for the game.
Yeah, I think that's it. Chaminade just going to run the clock out. They're not even really going to try at this point. Cook tosses it back to Fortune, but Fortune gets brought down pretty hard before the line of scrimmage, so that'll be for a loss, I believe. Clock still winding down.
Fortune, the ball carrier, loss on the play, 2nd down and 12.
2nd and 12. Ball will be placed on the Chaminade 20-yard line. And now we're in the final minute, and this is kind of Chaminade's going to run the clock out. We'll probably go for one more play after this, but that'll be it. Breaking free, Kevin Ray is trucking and gets one last run in.
The ball carrier, number 10, Kevin Ray.
Huge run there from Kevin Ray, though. Gets all the way
47-yard line of the Lancers.
The Belleville East 47-yard line. 40.1 left in the game. And yep, Chaminade's getting in victory formation. So that's it. This will be the last play of the game. And Brady takes a knee. And that is it for this game, folks. Chaminade takes this one by a score of 45-31 in an offensive showdown. Chaminade comes out on top, improves to 1-0 on the season. But we do want to thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. Once again, next week's broadcast will be at East St. Louis against Phillips Chicago.
And that's the ball game.
And it will be there at 2 p.m. on Saturday. So definitely make sure to tune in. But 45. Signing off for Benny Kardach is no longer here, Braden Luckfeld, and the rest of the CSPN crew. My name is Jacob Stinson, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you then.
Can you do that?
final up? Is the final score up? Did you get the final? Perfect. Can you just do that right now? And then shift 4.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just do that. Hold down command, hold down shift, and then hit 4. Let go. And then draw a box around the screen with flag. And then just let go and we'll do it later.
Right now? Doing the basketball right now.
Draw a box, you let go. Right, you're good.
Did it work?
I don't know.
Let go? I'm
You
doing
let go,
one
you're
side
fine.
versus
No. Whatever. Whatever.
You guys ready? CDS reach out. What? Arjun. Yeah, a little bit better. So start taping up the tape. I'm sorry.